Hi, this is Ian. Thank you again for tuning into my channel. I really appreciate everyone taking the time to watch some of my gibberish as I talk into this YouTube world. So this video is just a quick look back at 2021 and then maybe touch on the new year 2022. And one of the first things I would love to suggest, or I would love to say, is thank you for subscribing to this channel. It was a big step to take this plunge to share some of my life, get over my shyness and a little bit of introversion, and to really push myself out and share using this medium. And so that was a big thing for the start of 2021 for me, and hopefully you've enjoyed what I've done so far. More to come, obviously, in 2022. A high of 2021 was definitely getting the time to spend with Lisa. I think we had some great fun and great laughs together. I think the one that sticks in my mind is where we were trying the translation AirPods, and that was just funny. That was just funny to do. So that was great. I am from Scotland. Where are you from?
I'm from China.
You say it in English. You say it in Chinese. Oh. You speak to me in Chinese. Okay. I speak to you in English.
Okay.
It translates. Okay. And also all the fantastic food that I had the opportunity to eat here in China. The food is fantastic, and I've shared some of that in videos as well, and there might be a link up there somewhere. If not, again, anything that I talk about is available to watch on the channel if you do get the time, because some of the older videos not a lot of people have watched for whatever reason, but hopefully you can have the time to watch some of this. If not, I'll show you some of that content throughout this brief video. Thank you. Another high for me was visiting Wuhan. I'd heard a lot about Wuhan. I had people talking about it. Got some friends here who are actually from Wuhan, and obviously it was in the news for other reasons, but I just wanted to go visit Wuhan, and I was glad that I did that because it's fantastic. And I also managed to get a day trip to the Yellow Crane Tower, and if you haven't seen that video, you should watch that. I was fortunate enough to be there when it wasn't very busy, so I got the sort of run of the whole place. It was fantastic, and to see the Wuhan city skyline from the top of the Yellow Crane Tower was just outstanding. So you should watch that video. It's great. Another high was the Ritz Carlton. Lisa and I took a trip to Tianjin, and we spent some time in the Ritz Carlton, and it was just an amazing trip. The bullet train through, the hotel was fantastic. The food that evening was just superb. So if you get a chance, watch that video. But that was a highlight. It was a short, impromptu, spur of the moment trip that we went to, and it was just fantastic. So I recommend you watch that video. It was great. Another highlight was being able to get out and about in Beijing, seeing some amazing things like a pagoda cluster in the mountains near Beijing. Going to see a lot of fantastic temples. I recommend the White Waterfall Temple, I think that's what it's called. But it was just amazing to go and see a temple like with angry Buddha or whatever, and that was fantastic. So watch that video. Another highlight was staying locally at the Great Wall of China, and having some drone footage over an old rundown part of the Great Wall of China. That was just a simply fantastic experience for me, and also just to wander around the local area, the local community at the Great Wall of China at that time was just another fantastic highlight for me. Spending time in the parks was just amazing, and no matter what time of year, there's always something interesting going on in different parks, and I've been to so many in Beijing, and I will go back to so many because it is fantastic to just spend time at the local park, meeting local people, doing local things. So yes, that's another highlight. A couple more things spring to mind. One is We went to a traditional clay pottery factory in China near Beijing, and that was really interesting. I really enjoyed that. It was different. There was a big dog there, not fond. So yeah, it's cool. We're in this factory. So it's an old factory where they used to make slates for some of the more traditional buildings, and I believe some of the temples that are dotted around Beijing. Well, this is no longer working, this factory, but we still have a lot of things that they, I think, believe import and sell, but also some stock that's left over. What I don't like the sound of, or the look of, is this guy here, because there's a dog. There's a dog. there's a big dog kicking about somewhere, and I'm not a big fan of dogs. Not a fan of heights or dogs, but somewhere around here there is an Alsatian dog. So I will be aware, because dogs are not something that I am too fond of. Love dogs, small dogs, but big scary dogs, big I'll get you dogs, not my thing. Another thing that springs to mind is I was cycling along near the Forbidden City. I'd taken a trip down to Tiananmen area, and I'd got lost, and I'd hired a bike. But I was just cycling along at the Forbidden City, and I looked up, and all of a sudden there was no traffic in front of me, and it was just, it was like I felt like I was transported in time. I was cycling next to the Forbidden City, no traffic, no cars, and it was just an idyllic moment for me, where I just thought, this is what it must have been like way back in history, cycling back by such a beautiful and historic and iconic place. So that was a really interesting video, and I captured that. So again, somewhere you should be able to follow that link. Yeah, 2021 was a good year, actually, even though it was a tough year. And finally, just some of the buildings and the skyscrapers and the experiences I've had on top of or looking out of very high windows. That was fantastic. And just in the distance there, you can see there's a black building, I'll show you in a second, that I was so curious that I wanted to go and have a look at, and also that was a surprising experience for me. So a lot in 2021. I hope you enjoy this brief video and a wee walk around where I locate myself at this moment in time. Thank you. I think one of the absolute gems of 2021 for me was getting to know Bruce and being able to spend time with Bruce as he talked through his 35 years of association with China, having lived here for most of that time. It's just so interesting, and he's so knowledgeable, and he's an absolute gentleman. So hopefully you've enjoyed that too. We will continue to discuss and share and pick each other's brains as we go into 2022. So more of Bruce coming soon. Yeah, there's a couple of things that I should have done that maybe I didn't do. One was share with you a trip to the Olympic Park, where I took a quick taxi, wasted a couple of hours just wandering around the Olympic Park to get an update on that. That was something that I might still share with you. And then definitely I think I need to cut this video, which was a previous trip to another park in China, which was just fantastic. It was Chaoyang Park here in China. Spent the day with Lisa just before it started to get cold, and it was still quite reasonably warm in China, and that was a great trip out. So I should actually cut that video and share that with you. So I'm going to do that. But I just wandered into a restaurant to try and get a little bit of time to record this very quick brief update for you around 2021 going into 2022. Hope you're well. It's probably never the easiest to share or record a video in a busy restaurant. However, I'm going to have a go. Yeah, some of the lows for the year 2021. I think clearly missing Scotland, missing the family is tough. It's tough going. It's been 2 years now, but with any luck and all going well, I should get a journey back to Scotland. That will be fantastic. Another low for 2021 was getting sick. I'm not often sick, but to get sick and then experience that here in China, the healthcare was fantastic, as you can see in a video, maybe somewhere link or in the description below. That wasn't great. Being sick was not brilliant, and then having to sort of cancel some of the trips that I had planned. One of the trips that I had planned was to get to a place called Sanya, which is just brilliant. It's actually breathtaking. I remember the first time I stepped onto a beach in Sanya. I was there myself. I'll show you the video, I think, and it was just, I was blown away by this beach with no one else on it but me. It was just simply amazing. So I mean, that was some of the lows, even though it seems quite high, the Sanya thing, but yeah, that was some of the lows of 2021. So let's hope this new year is fantastic for everyone. So what does 2022 bring this year? Well, first of all, I am definitely going to be sharing more of China with you, and I hope you experience some of the things that I experience here and get a clear picture of life in China. Second of all, I think I'll be introducing you to some more characters here that I get to meet in China. It's just always great to meet new people, so hopefully I can introduce you to a few new characters here in Beijing or in China. Also, another thing for this year is, with fingers crossed, I should be able to get back to Scotland, and I think that will be a great trip to share with you as I get out and travel more. And then maybe lastly for 2022 is I will try and branch out into one or two other things and share that also on this channel. So that's me. With any luck, you might feel the need to subscribe, and if you do, press that button below, and I look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Meanwhile, as always, peace out, take care, thank you.